Yo, what's going on, guys? Steel Cypher here, and this is a couple hours after we had just destroyed the Houston Texans 34-6. And not to sound like a smartass or anything, but I did say this was going to happen. I didn't say a score, but I did say that this game, that Houston had no chance against us. So to start it off, I'm going to do a little bit of a recap like I did with my last victory lap. So at the end of the first quarter, it was 10-0 Pittsburgh up. The major play on this drive was Artie Burns made a stellar interception on 4th and goal. Kind of surprised that Houston would have gone forward in that situation, especially passing it. And was a really dumb call, but Artie Burns came up with an insane interception and just showed that he is not somebody to mess with, especially in that situation. Alright, at the end of the first half, it was 20-0. So we're going to skip to the end of the game. It was 34-6 at the end of the game. DeAndre Hopkins ended up making a stellar reception in the end zone to give Houston their only points for the game. They tried to go for a 2-point conversion, missed. But DeAndre Hopkins made one of the craziest catches I've seen all year and has probably sealed the deal for the best touchdown of the season. Alright, so next I'm going to go into the statistics for both teams. Pittsburgh, we had 228 yards passing, 104 yards rushing, 0 turnovers, and we converted on 58.3% of our third down conversions, which is an insane number to have, especially against a team like Houston, who has a good defense. So, now we're going to go to Houston. Houston had 51 passing yards for the entire game, 176 rushing yards, 2 turnovers, and converted on 25% of their third downs. Now, those aren't numbers to be impressed with, and that kind of shows what kind of domination Pittsburgh did in this game. Now, I want to go into what players were key offensive players for both teams. Then we'll go into the defensive side. Alright, offensive side, we're going to start with Pittsburgh. The first player on my list would have been Juju Smith-Schuster, who had 6 receptions for 75 yards and 1 touchdown. This game just showed how much of a game changer Juju really is. Now my second player might shock some people, but I went with Martavis Bryant. He had 3 receptions for 60 yards, but no touchdowns. But he looked really good in the second half and showed that he is starting to get back to 2015 form. He's starting to become a reliable target again. He's starting to show just how good he really is, and that he can be relied on for this team. Alright, so now we're going to go on to Houston. The first pick, I went with Alfred Blue, who is your running back, the Houston Texans running back 2. He had 16 rushing attempts for 108 yards. He was one of the key offensive players for your entire team and did a phenomenal job. So I felt he really did deserve to be seen as a key offensive player for you guys this game. Now my second key player for you guys on offense was DeAndre Hopkins. He had 4 receptions for 65 yards and 1 touchdown. Yes, that is the actual statistics. You had 51 passing yards in net total, and your star receiver had 65 receiving yards. Not really something to be proud of, but this shows just how tough it is with Houston's QB situation. This would have been an entirely different game if Deshaun Watson didn't get hurt, and I get that, but he's out. That's it. Gotta do what you gotta do with what you got. Now we're going to go into the defensive players. For defense, I only went with one player per team. So, for Pittsburgh, I went with Mike Hilton. For the game, he had 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble, showing his dominance. Sorry for the cutout, guys. Had a little bit of a camera issue there, but everything's fixed now, so let's get right back to where we were at. Mike Hilton had 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and had a total of 6 total tackles, which is an insane number, especially for a defensive back who's playing in a nickel or dime, and showed just how versatile he is, and shows that he is probably one of the best blitzers at the defensive back position. He has been able to get in the backfield and disrupt the quarterback all season, but this game really put it right in front of everybody. Now, the key defensive player for Houston would probably have to be Jadeveon Clowney again, just because he's consistently getting to the quarterback and getting in the quarterback's face, and he showed that again today. And he did get some disruption on Ben Roethlisberger. He didn't get a lot, but yet again, the defense didn't really do a lot to get to Ben Roethlisberger. But when you saw somebody in the backfield, it was usually Jadeveon Clowney. Now, he did commit a huge penalty in the second quarter with a face mask penalty, which would have made the drive a 2nd and 20 or 2nd and 15, somewhere within that range, but instead gave Pittsburgh a first down and the opportunity to score. Now, here's the key part. The offense for Houston is very inconsistent, and this was shown in front of everybody that was watching the game. This was nationally televised. It was a primetime game, and you showed just how inconsistent your offense is without Watson at quarterback. And this just showed how truly versatile this Pittsburgh offense is, and that we have so many options. That yes, Antonio Brown is the best receiver in the game, but we can still succeed without him. And this just shows that we are a team that you should not be leaving out of your minds when you're thinking of Super Bowl contenders. That this team is not one to be messed with. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you like it, hit the like button. Press the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and press that bell notification so you get all post notifications when videos come out. And of course, leave a comment below. Thank you guys. It's Steel Cypher, and let the steel forever be in your favor. See you guys.